Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see second class of Zero to Hero series. If you have not watched the first class, please watch the first class and then continue watching this video. In today's class, we are going to understand what is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb and adverb. Second, we are going to know how to position them in a sentence, because if we know how to position them correctly, then only we can form a correct sentence. The third thing we are going to discuss is how to identify and differentiate noun, adjective, verb and adverb. And finally, we are going to see a lot of examples. So now let's start the video. Today is the day 2, lesson 2. In the iCards here, I am going to give the link of the first lesson. If you have not watched, please watch that video. We have come in touch a little bit about parts of speech in our first video, in our first class. In this class, we shall see a lot of examples regarding them. First of all, coming to parts of speech, there are 8 parts of speech. They are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, and preposition. Coming to noun, there are types of nouns. They are common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, countable noun, and uncountable noun. If you have watched my previous video, you will come to know and you will be able to understand. Don't get tensed and just stick with me till the end of this series. Okay? If you do not watch my previous videos, then you will not be able to understand. So, start from the first lesson itself. I have explained in detail about nouns, right? Coming to common noun, let us see some examples. Boy, city. Coming to proper noun, Raj, Delhi. Here we are specifically going to mention that person or that place. Whereas if we are not mentioning that person or that place, it comes under common noun. Coming to abstract noun, sadness, lucky, achievement. You are going to experience that feeling, but you will not be able to touch it. Okay? Those type of nouns are called as abstract nouns. We can describe human feelings, human emotions using abstract nouns. All the nouns that we can count are called as countable nouns. For example, book, chair, table. Okay? Uncountable noun, time, water, electricity. We can't count these in numbers, right? So these are called as uncountable nouns. Let me ask you a question. Are stars countable or uncountable? Yes, stars are countable nouns because we can definitely count the stars. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, right? Of course, we can't count the number of stars present in this whole universe. But we can count the stars, right? So stars comes under countable noun. In this way, whatever we are able to see and whatever we are able to count, they comes under countable nouns, and the remaining things that we cannot count comes under uncountable nouns. Okay, I have explained very clearly in the previous video. If you are not able to understand, please watch the previous video. Now let's jump into the next subject, that is pronoun. Pronouns are of 3 types. They are subject pronoun, object pronoun and reflexive pronouns. These 3 pronouns are really important and you need to understand the major difference between these 3 pronouns. Okay? Subject, object. What is subject and what is object? I have explained clearly in the previous class. Coming to subject pronouns. I, he, she, we, they, it you. All this comes under subject pronouns. We can start a sentence using subject pronoun. Okay, whatever sentence we start it using these subject pronouns. Now coming to object pronouns. Me, him, her, us, them, it, you. All these are object pronouns. You know what is object, right? The other person to whom you are giving a book or to whom you are talking to. Like this, the person on the other hand always becomes the object, always comes at the end of the sentence. Can you ever start any sentence using him? No, right? You should always start a sentence using he only. Okay? Whenever we use a verb, then definitely object must be at the end of the sentence only. Let me tell you one example. Her smile, her clothes. In this case, her becomes a subject, right? But there is no verb. You need to understand that whenever a verb is there, then you can't use her in the first place. Coming to reflexive pronouns, self is added at the end of the word. For example, myself, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves, itself, yourself. I will definitely explain them in detail. Please remember these are reflexive pronouns. Now, coming to adjectives. Adjectives describe more about noun, right? Coming to regular adjectives like big, bad, good, white, alert, calm, angry, hungry. Okay, all these comes under regular adjectives. Some types of adjectives end with ed. Okay, ed ending adjectives like bored, shocked, tired, worried, inspired. All these are also adjectives that mention the state of a person, state of a mind. Okay, for example, I am shocked, I am bored, I am inspired. Next, some adjectives end with ing. Ing ending adjectives like boring, shocking, worrying, inspiring. For example, the book is boring. She was worrying. Okay, now coming to verbs. Verbs describe the action that we do. Coming to types of verbs, helping verbs is, are, am, was, were, have, has, had, been, will. These are helping verbs. These helping verbs are also called as auxiliary verbs. Now coming to action verbs. Write, read, eat, walk, run, sleep. Okay, all these are action verbs. Next coming to modal verbs. Can, could, may, might, should, must, would. All these are modal verbs. I will explain in detail about all these in the future videos, in the upcoming videos. So don't get worried. Just go on with the flow. Next coming to adverb. So many are getting confused about adverbs only. So be careful and while listening try to use your headphones. Okay. Coming to adverb, it describes more or tells more about the action that we are doing. Okay. About the verb. For example, well, fast, slowly, rapidly. Okay, all these describe about how we are doing that particular action. For example, if we are eating slowly, it means we are eating. Eating is a verb and slowly is the adverb. Okay, she is walking slowly. Okay, walking is the verb and slowly is the adverb. I hope you understood. All these mention the manners of a particular action. So these are called adverbs of manners. Okay. Now coming adverbs of place. For example, in, on, out, inside, outside. Now you may be getting doubt that in, on, all these are prepositions. How come they are adverbs, right? Let me give you the example now. In my pocket, inside the house, inside the room, outside the school. If, in, on, all these are positioned in front of the object, then they comes under preposition. Now, I am in, I am out, kids are outside, my parents are sitting inside. Okay, in this case, in, out, all these becomes adverbs. Okay, that mention the place. So in this way, in some cases these words act as preposition and in some cases they act as adverb. Next, coming to adverbs regarding time. For example, now, then, daily, all these comes under adverbs. This is just an overview, don't get tensed, just follow. Now, coming to degree. Okay, adverbs that mention the degree like to, very, little, more. Okay, all these are the adverbs that mention the degree. Next, the adverbs that mention the frequency of a particular action. For example, always, never, usually. Okay. Now, coming to the second topic, we shall see how to position noun, adjective, verb, and adverb in a sentence. Noun. Noun can be a subject or an object. For example, Renu gave her book to Reena. Okay, in this case, Renu is subject, Reena is object. But both of them are nouns. Okay, this sentence is in past tense. Gave is the past form of give. She has a firm belief. In this sentence, belief, the word belief is a noun. You know, right? Belief comes under abstract noun. Has is the verb. Next, coming to pronoun. Pronoun also can be a subject or an object. If it comes in place of subject, it is called as a subject pronoun. If it comes in the place of an object, it is called as object pronoun. When it is not necessary to use a noun, then usually we use pronoun. Now let us see some examples. She is watching YouTube. In this case, she is the pronoun. I am watching her. In this case, her is a pronoun. We are not mentioning the name of that particular girl, but we are telling that I am watching her. In this sentence, I is also a pronoun, right? Here I am not mentioning my name also. I am mentioning I. So here you can find two pronouns, subject pronoun and object pronoun, that is I and her. I am watching she is completely wrong. Okay, did you get me now? Now coming to adjective. Adjective is positioned after the be form or before the noun. You will clearly understand if you see the examples. You know be forms, right? Is, am, are, was, were, will be. These are be forms. Rani is honest. In this case, honest is the adjective. Honest. The word honest is used to describe more about the noun, how Rani is. Okay, in this case, it is describing more about the quality of Rani. So, honest is an adjective and it is positioned after be verb, that is. Rani is honest. Rani is the noun, is the be form, and honest is the adjective. You need to remember that is the linking verb. Okay. Next example, honest people do not lie. In this case, honest becomes the adjective. It is describing more about the people, right? It is placed in front of the noun. So in this way, adjective is placed either after the be form or before the noun. Next, coming to verb. Verb is placed after the subject. For example, he runs every day. Runs is the verb and he is the subject, right? So verb is placed after the subject. He ran as fast as he could. Here ran is the past form of run, right? It is a verb. Ran is placed after he. It means verb is placed after the subject. In the upcoming classes, I will explain you in detail about the present form, past form and the future forms of verbs. Okay. Now coming to adverb. Adverb is placed after or before a verb, before adjective and at the end of the sentence. For example, she is speaking slowly. In this case, slowly is the adverb because it is mentioning more about the way she is speaking. Speaking is the verb, the action, right? So, in this way, adverb is placed at the end of the sentence. See one more example. She is a very slow speaker. In this case, very is the adverb. Here, slow is the adjective. Okay, so adverb is placed in front of the adjective. Another example, she is going to speak now. Now here is the adverb. Okay, it tells about the time. It is just an overview. Okay, so that you would get an idea where to place noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, and adverb. Now, each and every word has different forms, right? For example, the word happy is an adjective. Happiness is a noun. And while coming to happily, it is adverb, right? So, in this way, each word has different forms. Now, let us see some examples. You can't buy happiness. Happiness brings peace. Okay, in these two examples, happiness is the noun form. I am happy to make these videos. In this case, happy is the adjective. Next, let us see one more example. I am happily making these videos. Here, happily is the adverb because it is telling more about making videos. Okay, I hope you understood the difference. In the same way, health is the noun, healthy is the adjective, and healthily is the adverb. Another example, boredom is a noun. Bored, boring are adjectives. In the same way, bored, boring can also be verbs. Let us see how we can use it. I hate boredom. Boredom is a noun. Okay. I am bored today. Bored is the adjective. ED form adjective. I told you at the beginning of the class, right? He bored me with his stories. In this case, bored is the verb. Bored is the past form of bore. Okay. Next, confusion is the noun. Confused and confusing are adjectives. Confuse is the verb. Okay. The word competition is a noun. Competitive is adjective and compete is verb. Confidence is noun and confident is adjective. I am confident. He is confident. Here confident is the adjective that is telling more about person. Okay. The word add is verb. Okay. It is an action. We will add one more, right? So it is a verb. The word addition is noun and additional is adjective. Okay. The word continue is verb. Continuous is adjective. Continuation is noun and continuously is adverb. Calculation is noun. Calculated is adjective whereas calculate is verb. In the same way, celebration is noun, celebrated is adjective and celebrate is verb. Okay, in this way Each and every word can be used in different forms. With the practice, with regular practice, you will come to know the difference and you will be able to speak. Now, same word having different forms. Let us see some examples. The word answer. See the example. Give me the answer. In this case, answer is the noun. I answered all the questions. In this sentence, the word answered is a past form of answer and it is a verb. Okay. Next, the word correct. This is not the correct information. In this sentence, the word correct tells more about the information, about the noun, right? So, in this sentence, the word correct is adjective. He corrected my mistake. In this case, corrected is the past form of correct. Okay, now it's your turn. I am going to give you two words and you need to frame the example sentences. The words are communication, which is the noun form, and communicate is the verb form. Frame two sentences using the words communication and communicate and put it in the comments. In my first class, I have asked you some questions, right? Here are the answers for those questions. If you have not attempted those questions, first go and attempt those questions. The answer for the first question is I like to drink coffee. It is not I like to drink a coffee. The answer for the second question is how many people are there, not how much people. Okay. The answer for the third question is I don't have furniture. It is not I don't have furnitures. Okay. The answer for the fourth question is how much time is left. It is not how many time is left. The answer for the last and final fifth question is how are you, Lekha? In this, L must be capital as it is the noun. If you did not understand about the following questions, please watch the first spoken English class. In that video, I have explained very clearly each and everything. Okay, don't forget to comment your answer and see you soon in the next class. Till then, keep practicing.